Well, I am now solo. After over 3 weeks of being with Rich, we are heading in different directions, sort of anyway. I, of course, still have Lucas with me, so I'm not completely solo. But we were going to part ways in Prince George anyway, and we're just outside of Prince George. So I'm heading down to Washington and Oregon before heading home. And Rich, well, I'm going to tell you a little story. And it's not easy to tell, and it's not one that Rich could tell on camera. It was too upsetting. But a few days ago, while we were at Salmon Glacier, his cat, Max, disappeared. And we haven't heard from him since. He was right within sight of everybody, and less than 2 minutes later, he was gone. And people scoured the area way farther than he could possibly have gone, and there was no sign of him. The best, we can guess is that he probably hopped into someone's vehicle just as they were about to take off, which he is prone to do. He loves being in vehicles, and he has no hesitation in hopping in a vehicle if he can get in it. Now, if that's the case, then where is he? And we don't know. Every vet, every reporting agency, every store in Hyder and stuff have been alerted. There's posters up, and so far there's been no sign of him. So instead of Rich heading home today, he is going to stay in this Prince George area for another day. Just wait to see if he gets any messages, any news that would make him want to turn around and run back to wherever Max is. So extremely unfortunate turn of events there a few days ago, and all we can do is wish him our best. Yesterday we were a couple hours out, and we got a text that someone had seen him that night right where we were, so we turned around 4 hours out of our way to go back, and we stayed the night. So woke up yesterday there and looked and looked and looked and never found him. So Rich had to make the call that it was time to just go, because no sighting, no word, nothing. And now he can only hope that he's turned into a vet today. No one could do it yesterday. Everything was closed for a Canadian holiday. So hopefully something transpires today and he's not putting down miles between there and himself by heading home today. So we wish Rich the absolute best, and that's all we can do at this point. So by the time you see this video, we'll know what's going on, and I'll hopefully have a better update at the end of this to share with you. But right now, we know nothing. For me, I have a couple days of driving to get down to Washington, where my brother wants to go camping in his Bronco that he bought last year. And then I'm going to go down to Oregon and see some relatives I haven't seen in a long time. And then I start heading home. So today is Tuesday, and I hope to be home maybe next Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday at the latest. So that's my plan, and hopefully there's some adventure along the way here for me to share with you. So for now, we're back on the road and we're heading south. Well, I'd like to report that the afternoon of my first day by myself on my way down to Washington was relatively uneventful, but that is not the case. This morning, as I got everything packed up, I start the engine, and then I check everything. Is the refrigerator on? Are the power stations charging? Is everything working right? And the answer was no. things were not working right. The fridge was not on. The Anchor Solex was not, I mean, it was kind of on, but it wasn't really on. It was weird. It wasn't showing any charge from the Blue Eddy Charger 1. So I'm like, all right, start troubleshooting, right? And I turn everything off. I turn things back on. The refrigerator comes back on, but the light for the car socket, which is normally just on, like it is now, kept blinking. And I thought, well, that was really odd. And then the input voltage from the Charger 1 would do something like 5 watts, 15 watts, and then 0. And then it would just turn off. So, all right, swap out the XT60 cable. Same thing. Swap it out again. Same thing. Run my 20-foot cable from the XT60 here to the outputs on the Charger 1. Same thing. All right, swap it out with the Blue Eddy AC70, and again, it's not charging. Okay, so now I know it's not the power station. There's something wrong with the Charger 1. Now what? I don't know. I didn't have a voltmeter with me. I didn't have any way of checking it. Silly me, didn't bring some of those tools, because why would I with a brand new vehicle? Well, yes, duh. So I get into Williams Lake and I go to Walmart. And what I need to do is figure out, one, will the Anchor Solex charge on AC power? And I'm going to need additional power to get everything else up to 100%, because now I'm running everything off the AC70, which is only charging at 200 watts in the back seat. So I go to Walmart and I buy a voltmeter and an extension cord, and I asked for just a regular, like, computer style power cable. They didn't have any. So they tell me to go to Staples. So I go to Staples, which is only like a mile or so away, and ask for a power cable. And he says, oh my gosh, we just sold the last one. You need to go to Santronics, this computer store. So I go over there and I buy a 15-foot cable. And so I have some diagnostic tools and I have a way of charging it. I just need some place to charge it. So I'm here at Ashcroft Campground. I mean, it's pretty nice. There's a handful of sites, but they all have power. And so I plug the Anchor Solex into the power here and it's charging. Okay, so the AC is working and the AC output's working and the DC output's working. So I'm not sure quite what is going on just yet. Maybe there's a problem with the DC charging, the solar input. I got to test that, figure out what's going on with that. The voltmeter I'm going to put on directly to the output on the Blue Eddy Charger 1 and see if I get some output. If I do, well, then I know I have a wiring problem, which I should be able to easily solve. If I'm not getting output from there, then I know the Charger 1 has failed. But I also know that the solar DC input on the Anchor Solex has failed. So what happened first? Did the Anchor Solex have some kind of short, which took out the Charger 1? Or did the Charger 1 have a malfunction, which took out the Anchor Solex? Right now, I don't know. So I'm doing some troubleshooting to figure that out. And it's a small problem because I was running the fridge on the Anchor Solex, which is 1,028 watt hours, which also powers my CPAP machine at night. And I go through a lot of power. I go through about 75% of the power. Okay, well, 75% of 1,000 is 750. The AC70 is 768, giving an effective of about 750. So if I have no other source of power and I have to run my fridge and my CPAP off the AC70, I will run out of power. So got some troubleshooting to do. And I mean, it's not a big deal tonight because I can just run everything off AC power from here in the campsite and not use any power overnight. So that's good. But I still have a problem, and I have a week to go before I get home. So uneventful? No, only on the journey. Weird little issues with trying to find a power cord in Williams Lake, and I have a power problem. So is it going great? No. Is it the end of the world? No. I have solutions. I have backups. You know, I can just conserve more power. I can not run the Starlink or run the Starlink off the engine power. So I just have to be probably, unless I figure this out, I probably just have to be better at my power management for the next week, and then get home and start figuring out what components have failed. I have another charger one at home that's in Optimus. I can swap it out, see if that's the problem. You know, so I can troubleshoot once I get home and then figure out how to move forward from there. Right now, I just have to make it through the next week and make sure my fridge doesn't die, my CPAP machine doesn't turn off, so, well, I don't die, which would be good, and that I have enough power to run like things like my laptop. So that's where we're at. So I'll update you later. See ya. So I've been working on the electronics here for a little bit, and I've got it figured out. At least I know what's happening. And I checked the voltage from the Blue Eddy Charger 1. It's putting out 56 volts, just like it should be. Tested it through the cables. Everything seemed to be fine. Plugged it in to my Blue Eddy AC70, and sure enough, it starts charging it, no problem. Okay, take the wire out of the AC70, put it back into the Anker Solex C1000, nothing. So, conclusion, the DC or solar input port on the Anker Solex C1000 has gone bad. I don't know why, I don't know what could have caused it. It's just one of those things. So I can charge the Anker Solex C1000 off of AC power, not a problem. I'm at a campsite with power. I can charge the AC70 through the Charger 1, no problem, so I'm okay there. But the only problem is I cannot charge the C1000 while I'm driving. Sort of anyway. So what's the solution to that? And this is hokey as all hell. I can run the extension cord from the AC output on the AC70 through the back window of the Gladiator, through the back window of the dirt box canopy to the AC input on the Anker Solex, and therefore charge both of them at the same time. So let me think about this. So the problem will be that I will have to set the Anker Solex to a pretty low charging voltage so that it's not drawing more power from the AC70 than I'm putting into it. So I'm charging it at around 500 watts. The Anker Solex can take 1,000 watt of input. So I would easily run out of power in both systems. So I'll probably set the Anker Solex to like 200 watts because I'm going to try basically not to use it. I'm only going to do this setup if I have to. So that's my short and dirty solution for right now, is just hack something together and keep on trucking. It may be ugly, but it'll work. It'll get me through the week and it'll get me home. So, good thing I brought 2 power stations, just in case. I wanted around 2,000 watt hours. I ended up with about 1,700 watt hours between the 2 power stations, and now I just got to keep them charged. So, let the good times roll. I'll talk to you later. Well, good morning. Yesterday, I was talking to the guy who runs the campsite here, and he said, gee, I wonder what the weather's going to be like. I'm like, it looks like it's going to rain. He's like, it never rains here. It's really dry. I mean, once in a great while, but no, it's not going to rain. Yeah, it rained all night. So there's that. But I did manage to get a few things working yesterday and rearranged. So the Anchor Solex power station, I mean, I've got it charged at 100% because I have it plugged into AC power over here. So that works. But the solar input, the DC input, completely fried. The charger one is working, and it's charging the Blue Eddy AC70. So if I want to keep both of these charged, I'm going to run a cable, the AC charge cable from here back to the AC70, so I can run AC power to charge this one while that one's being charged off the Blue Eddy charger one. So got plenty of power, not too concerned about it. It's kind of a MacGyverish hack, but it should work. Now, a couple other little problems I had. I used to have the traction boards on this side, but when I'd go to lift this door up, the handle, the mounts would hit the shower curtain. So I moved the traction boards to the other side, brought the shovel and the propane tank over here. So now I can fully lift this side and it doesn't interfere with the shower curtain. So working good over here with, some minor changes. Why do it now? Well, I still have a week to go, and just I haven't had a dry day with plenty of time like I did yesterday to get stuff done. So what's the plan for today? Well, we're going to drive maybe 2.5, 3 hours today, get up near Surrey, Vancouver area. I got a stop I want to do down there and pick something up for the Gladiator. So hopefully we'll make a day of that, and we'll see how things go. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, August 12th. I've been on the road for 32 days now. Last time I checked in with you, I had just separated from Rich and he headed home, and I went to go visit some family. I went down to Washington and spent the weekend with my brother, and then I went down to Oregon to see an aunt and uncle and some cousins who I haven't seen in a long time. And I didn't record any of that because that was just some personal time that I needed to take to visit with family. Oddly enough, in Washington, what did my brother want to do? He wanted to go camping. I'm like, okay, well, I've been doing it for a month. What's a couple more days of camping in Washington? It was absolutely beautiful, but didn't want to, record any of that. I just wanted to spend quality time with everybody. And now we're on the road, heading home, the final leg, 1,170 miles to go, approximately 17 hours of drive time. So we're not doing it in one day. We're going to take at least 2 days, maybe 3, just depending on how tired I get. And if all goes well, should be a pretty easy drive. Lucas is asleep and we're on the freeway and we're just cruising. So we're going to go through Oregon. This afternoon sometime, we should get into Idaho. And somewhere in Idaho, I'll start looking for a place to camp down for the night, hopefully around the halfway point to home, which would be 9 hours today and a 9-hour drive tomorrow. And I'll be back at home, and I cannot wait to see my wife again. I mean, I've seen her. We've been on FaceTime, but not the same. Cannot wait to see her lovely face again. I miss her terribly, and I cannot wait to get home. So hopefully there won't be any drama on the way, and we'll have a nice, smooth, easy sailing. Unfortunately for Rich, there has been no word on his cat Max. We still hope and pray that something comes of that, but right now there's just been no additional word. So we definitely wish Rich the best and all that and hope things work out, but you never know. So right now it's just going to be a lonely drive, just me and Lucas heading home. So hopefully I'll check in with you later, and we'll have a nice campsite and get some food this evening. We'll see you later. The sun rises on a new day, day 33. Man, and what a great day it is. Last night we stayed in a little hotel in Eden, Idaho. Yeah, Idaho. It was close to 100 degrees outside, and I knew I had a 10-hour drive today, so I did not want to try and sleep in a 100-degree tent and not get any good sleep and then try and drive for 10 hours. So did the smart, safe thing, got a little hotel room for Lucas and I, and got some good sleep and got a good early start this morning. And I will be home in about 9 hours now. So I am so looking forward to that. But there's something even better. Last night, I'm just getting ready to fall asleep and my phone rings, and it's Rich. And his voice is so I could just hear this shakiness in his breath. And I was like, oh my God, what's going on? And he says, Max was found. 11 days after he went missing, someone found him, took him into the town of Stewart, and said, did anyone lose a cat? And it's such a small town, everybody knew. They contacted Rich, and now he is in the process of dealing with getting Max home. So what a happy ending to Rich and Max's story, and he will be home in just a couple of days. So what a relief for Rich. I am so happy for Rich that Max was recovered. He seems healthy. He seems fine. No real worse for wear. But yeah, what an adventure Max probably had. So we don't have all the details of like exactly where he was found, how far from where he went missing, and all that yet. Hopefully I'll have some more of those details, today or tomorrow or something. But today is a great day. I'm going home. I get to see my amazing wife, Katerina, who I have missed absolutely terribly for 33 days. We talk every day, but not the same as giving that woman a big hug for all the help that she gave getting this trip ready and the support of allowing me to do this, or not allowing me, forcing me to do this trip. Would never have done it without Katerina's support. So we are looking forward to getting home later today, probably around 4 p.m. And thank goodness that Max was found and will be home safe. So huge news. Happy to share that with everybody, that if you saw earlier and you were getting concerned, and the people who knew, who are wishing Rich all the best, we can now relax and know Max is coming home.
see. Right here. Here we go.
Okay. Well, we definitely had quite the adventure. And on the way home, you were already home, right? When you got the news?
I did.
And you called me on like my last leg of the trip to tell me that Max had been found.
Yes.
So tell us what happened.
Well, okay. Well, to back up a little bit, so literally our last day in Canada, we're up at the Salmon Glacier Overlook near Hyder, Alaska, and we stopped, take some photographs, hang out for a little bit. I let Max out to stretch his legs. No less than 2 minutes later, turn around, he's gone.
Well, and there was a parking lot full of people, and everybody was interacting with him. He was trying to get into this one vehicle. The door was shut. I mean, everybody saw this, and then all of a sudden we turn around, and he's gone.
He vanished.
I mean,
yeah, which is, I mean, he never wanders. I mean, a whole month on the road. We've done many trips with him. He never wanders more than 20 or 30 feet from the vehicle ever. And so, anyway.
He disappeared so fast that we just kind of had to assume that he finally found a vehicle to jump into, because there was probably 10 of us that all spread out to look for him.
Right.
And nothing.
Right. And he does like to explore other rigs, right?
Yep. Yes, he does.
Nevertheless, we stayed and we searched that entire pass, that whole mountainside, up and down, a mile each side, looking under rocks and ledges.
Bushes,
calling his name. We camped out overnight. I left his litter box out. Nothing. So the next day, we concluded that he wasn't there, that he must have gone into another vehicle one way or another. And so we made the decision to leave.
Yep. And we were probably about 4 miles away when you get it. Now, we had put up posters and we had contacted everybody in town,
right,
in Stewart, Hyder, and everything, but no word. So we left. We're about 4 hours away, and you get a text.
Hey, I think I saw your cat last night. Where? At the pass.
Right where we were camping.
And they sent me a photo of their motorhome with us camped right next door to it. And so immediately Carrie and I turn around, drive 4 hours back to the pass, get there about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, start searching again.
For hours.
Yeah, up and down the mountain, both sides, calling his name. We camped out again. This time I left the tailgate open, litter box out, his food out, and just hoping that he would come back to the truck.
And again, nothing. So the next morning, we search again.
Yeah.
And nothing. So we finally, you made the call. We had to leave.
Yeah, we just concluded he wasn't there. It was just highly unlikely that he was there. So we left. And so anyway, we started making our way back to the United States and towards home. Eventually got home, and 11 days later, I get a phone call, and the area code was Alberta, Canada. And so immediately I took the call. Hey, I think I got your cat, and send me a picture. Yep, that's Max.
Same collar, same light, same everything that he had. So it was obvious that it was him.
Yeah, so it turns out he was on the mountain, because he came out at that overlook to a tourist that was up there, and a local took him down the hill, gave him to a guy that had seen the posting and had my number, who called me. And so for 11 days, Max was living on the top of that pass above Salmon Glacier, doing who knows what that whole time. Doing what? So anyway, so some very, very nice ladies took care of him while I was trying to figure out how I was going to get him back home. Mind you, it was 2,000 miles one way to get to Hyder, Alaska, and Carrie volunteered to drive with me and take driving shifts so we could blast up there and get him. I booked a flight on Air Canada. The night before, they decided they were going on strike and started canceling flights, so I had to cancel that flight. And my sister called me with the idea of actually flying into Ketchikan and taking a bush plane from Ketchikan over to Hyder to pick him up. And that's what I wound up doing.
Which apparently was a beautiful flight.
So, yeah, it was astonishingly beautiful flight. Yeah, right over misty fjords. And so it was absolutely stunning. And yeah, just as luck has it, there was an outfit that does a bi-weekly mail run to Hyder from Ketchikan. It was the only way in by air. And so I went over there and met the lady that had boarded him and picked him up, flew back, took the long flights back home, and here we are. And Max is looking at me like, yeah, so what's the big deal?
Yeah.
What are you guys all excited about?
Yeah. Where's my churro treats?
Yeah, exactly. And you can see well, if you hadn't seen him before, I'll just tell you, he's lost a little bit of weight, but not too much.
Yeah.
No worse for the wear.
No, amazing. For 11 days. I mean, he must have found some rodents or something that he was going after.
Yeah, and the only thing, when they picked him up, his paws were a little dirty, but other than that, he
You
was
little
fine.
goof nut.
Yep.
So, what are we changing?
Well, we've added additional tag to his collar, and I'm now researching some GPS tags that I could put on here. So if anybody has any recommendations, I'd like to get something that is not dependent on a cell signal,
Yes.
but anything is better than what he's got right now.
So, any recommendations on pet locators that are not cell-based would be great. I mean, if so, great, but out here, where we're at right now, we have no cell signal. So it wouldn't work here.
Right.
So, yeah, anything that's got like just a long range, or even 100 feet probably would have been enough to find him.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, if he kept showing up in the same spot.
Yeah.
So maybe an air tag, maybe something like that, but we're definitely open to recommendations because I now want to find something for Lucas as well, because you just never know if he got away and went running after some grizzly bear or something, or squirrel. Who knows what he goes. He runs after everything. But what a good conclusion to our adventure. Max is home. Rich is happy.
We're all
is
whole.
good.
Everybody made it back. Max had an extra 11 days on the vacation than we did.
Super explorer, Max the adventure cat.
Yep.
So everybody, thanks for watching all of these adventures. We had a lot of fun bringing them to you. We had a lot of fun doing them, that's for sure.
That's true.
And all's well that ends well, I guess, right? So I'm so happy that Max is back at home, and that is the best way to conclude this video series. So thanks for watching, sticking with us through all these. Stay safe out there, and keep your pets close. And we'll see you on the trail.